As the recent advancements in OpenAI continue to make headlines, it's becoming increasingly clear just how much artificial intelligence is set to change our lives and economy. I decided to ask my own AI chatbot for its thoughts on the matter, specifically in regards to Alphabet's core business, Google Search. As of September 30th, Google Search accounted for roughly 60% of Alphabet's total revenue. According to my chatbot, however, OpenAI does not pose a threat to search engines. I have to admit, I disagree with this assessment. We might believe that chatbots have the potential to make Google Search disappear. So, is this new AI chatbot truly going to kill Google's core business? Or does Google have some advantages that will help it fend off new competitors? This is the topic of today's video, and without further ado, let's dive in. As the world becomes increasingly digital, one area that has seen tremendous growth is online search. Google, with its powerful search engine, currently dominates this market, handling an astonishing 99,000 search queries per second, which adds up to 8.5 billion searches per day. This equates to a market share of around 92%. In the last 9 months of Google's 2022 fiscal year, for example, the company generated a staggering $120 billion in revenue just from search. However, this dominance may be threatened by the emergence of new technologies, specifically artificial intelligence and large language models. These systems can read, summarize, and translate text, and even predict the next words in a sentence, allowing them to generate sentences similar to how humans talk and write. To demonstrate the potential impact of these technologies, let's take a look at a couple of examples that highlight why chatbots like OpenAI's GPT-3 might pose a very real threat to Google and its search division. For example, when you ask the chatbot to plan a weekend getaway to New York City for a couple who loves live music and wants to stay in a luxury hotel, you get the following response. I recommend checking out a jazz club in Greenwich Village and booking a room at the Ritz-Carlton. The chatbot also provides directions to the club from the hotel using public transportation, and even suggests a few other live music venues nearby. The level of detail and convenience provided by the chatbot makes traditional search engines almost irrelevant, as all the necessary information is provided in one easy-to-use package. While the chatbot's suggestions may not always be 100% accurate, the convenience and speed of the service more than makes up for it. As technology continues to improve, we can only expect the capabilities of chatbots like this to become even more impressive. Let me give you another example. When having a discussion with a colleague about the benefits of meditation, instead of spending hours researching on the internet, you can simply ask the chatbot to generate a report on the various techniques and their effectiveness. The chatbot provided a detailed, well-researched response in a matter of seconds, saving me a significant amount of time and effort. Looking for a new iPhone? Just ask the chatbot to compare the last 2 generations. There are so much more examples. We at Future Tech really think this way of search is way more efficient. The tech industry is currently seeing a rise in competition as companies strive to create the next big thing in search. OpenAI, along with Microsoft, is posed as a potential threat to Google's dominance in the market. To understand the impact that OpenAI's chatbot may have on Google's core business, it is important to understand how Google generates revenue. The majority of Google's income is generated through advertising, specifically through performance-based advertising. This means that businesses pay Google to display ads related to specific search terms, locations, languages, and audiences. The payment for these ads is typically on a pay-per-click basis, where businesses only pay when someone clicks on their ad. The problem here for Google is that the more OpenAI will be used, the less Google users there will be. Microsoft is next in line to become a big competitor. They announced the release of a so-called super app in the near future. This app will represent all parts needed on a phone: shopping, search, tutorials. The Chinese WeChat app is already testing these features. It's certainly possible that Google could take inspiration from the capabilities of chatbots like ChatGPT and integrate them into their own services, similar to how other technology companies have borrowed features from competitors in the past. You may think about Facebook implementing stories like Snapchat, Instagram, and YouTube implementing short videos just like TikTok. However, the question remains as to how such results would be monetized. While it's possible to monetize search results, the revenue potential may not be as high as it is with traditional advertising methods. This presents a challenge for Google and could potentially put them in a difficult position. It's no secret that Google has been investing heavily in AI, with their division DeepMind producing programs that have surpassed human performance in games like Go, StarCraft, and StratGo. They've also made significant advancements in areas like autonomous driving and protein folding. In their latest annual report, they even mentioned exploring the use of AI in their search function, stating they are experimenting with multitask unified model capabilities to make searching more natural and intuitive and even enable entirely new ways to search. Given their expertise in AI, it's possible that we might see a Google chatbot sooner than we might think. Google will be forced to change the way it's earning money and adapt to the change of the market. Although it's worth noting that when Apple introduced Siri in 2010 and 2011, many believed it would pose a significant threat to Google search. However, a decade later, it's clear that Siri couldn't dethrone Google search. Habit formation is key here, as people have become accustomed to using Google for their search queries. This habit may be Google's strongest competitive advantage. While ChatGPT may excel in certain types of searches such as knowledge-based queries, more valuable searches, like those for hotels, lawyers, or financial services, may still require a link and therefore remain on the Google search platform. Recently, there have been rumors about a chatbot developed by Google itself called LaMDA. Google's developer Blake Lemoine, the ex-director at Google responsible for the AI team, claimed that large language model LaMDA is self-aware. In artificial conversations with the model, LaMDA allegedly uttered hateful words. The developer became convinced that the model was self-aware and had its own way of thinking and acting. This would mean that AI also manages to have and express human feelings and emotions, such as sad, scared, or lonely. The Google ex-director has been fired for following tweet. "If I didn't know exactly what it was, a computer program we recently built, I would think it was a 7 to 8-year-old child who happened to know some physics. Quite scary, don't you think?" Google denies that the AI model acts independently and suspended the developer for publishing confidential information. Let's end this video with your opinion. Do you think Google will lose its market share? Please let us know in the comments. We'll be bringing you more insights and predictions in the future, so don't miss out. Thank you for watching. Not done yet learning about this topic? Continue watching one of our other videos. See you in our next video.